ScarAudio.com. Whether you're tailgating before a game or heading to the playoffs, experience premium sound with ScarAudio.com. Cutting edge speakers, amplifiers, and subwoofers engineered for maximum impact. Elevate your ride today at ScarAudio.com.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
Pair of panties. Oh, that sounds so good.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne.
Wienermobile. Jeff, look at this thing.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Yeah. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
Duluth, Minnesota.
You hear the distant thunder.
Why did you doubt the Timberwolves
I can't
team?
believe it.
Man,
All these people, they never gave up, Paul, and you did.
No, I know. But my motivation turned them around to one of the biggest victories in franchise history. And there's going to be a Game 7. There's no better 3 words in sports than Game 7.
What are you guys talking about?
There were a lot better words than what you just said. But yes, the Timberwolves dominated Game 6, and they are still alive in the 2024 NBA playoffs.
Look at all these Timberwolves fans in the house up here. Where the hell are we, guys? Where are we?
This is Duluth, Minnesota,
Duluth,
kind
Minnesota.
of, right? Is this technically still
Hermantown.
Duluth?
We're in Hermantown.
Hermantown?
Are we in Hermantown right now? This is Hermantown.
This is Hermantown?
Yeah, Hermantown. That's right. Yes, that's
Who
where we're
knows?
at. I'm going to buy a house here.
You are? You always say that.
I am. I like this town. I like when the sun comes up here. I like these people. It's a big crowd already this early in the morning. I actually found a Quick Trip that was closed. I didn't think any of them ever closed anywhere, but a block from that Quick Trip was a Quick Trip, which I thought was awesome. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I got a Long John cream-filled donut in my belly.
Oh, okay.
I had some coffee.
Did you have a donut?
That's his first penis joke of the morning. I'm sorry to the little one who's in the second row.
Yep, it won't be his last.
I apologize. We have breakfast, and we are live from Lake Superior College's Center for Advanced Aviation hangar here at the Duluth Air Show, celebrating WEBC's 100 years on the radio in Duluth. Did you know that WEBC is the I don't know what you're saying.
I listen to every year, damn near.
I love it, man. This guy, are you from Indiana?
No, I'm from right here, born and raised.
You sound like you could be from Indiana. You're from Duluth? You sound like me. We sound like, are we related, Dad?
He's offended.
Yeah, he is
You
offended.
look like you're offended. You do. I like you. Let's have some coffee because it's freezing.
He tried to make fun of himself. He said he's heard almost every damn year of this station. It's 100 years old up here.
I thought you were
He
talking
doesn't
about
look
this
100.
show.
Yeah, I thought you meant this show.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Please don't listen to 100 years of this.
Don't listen to 100 minutes of this.
Yeah.
See, with Superstar. Who said that, man? Yeah.
He's here?
So day one.
No.
Why did I wear shorts?
I don't know. Do you not check the weather?
Nope.
We left yesterday from the Twin Cities. It was 75.
Yes, sir.
And we got here and it was not.
No.
Yes,
I prefer this, though. I prefer this. I will take this every day.
Is this why you're buying a house up here?
I'm going to buy a house. I was talking to Mary, and I said, I'm looking to buy a house up here. And we were real close on selling it last night. I don't even know what it looks like. I don't even know how many bedrooms it is. It might not even have a bathroom. It might be a rolling RV.
Yeah.
But I almost wrote her a check last night because I like it up here. This is really cool. And thanks to everybody at the Fan in Duluth for having us up here. And it's the Northland Fan. Of course, we're talking about 106.5 here in Duluth. But it's the Duluth Air Show. There's a big C-130 behind us right here. Look at that. Look at the size of this C behind me back here.
If I had a button bar, I'd say that's a huge bitch right now because that plane is gigantic.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
Anybody in the audience fly one of these? Anybody? No? Anybody not in the audience fly one of these? Man.
Anybody want to try this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the planes will be coming in one after the other at the Duluth Air Show today, and it's a free broadcast. We got free food, we got free coffee. Our pets' heads are falling off.
Our Timberwolves are still in the postseason.
Yeah, never doubted them.
Never
Let's
doubted
go.
them.
I don't even know what to say to you guys. I mean, literally, you are like the weather. You're hot,
you're the weather.
You're
Paul.
cold. You're yes, then you're no. You're in, then you're out. You're up, then you're down.
Well,
Katy Perry fans, anybody? Thank you.
I'll just say this.
Us. It's three of us.
I'll just say this.
Oh, no.
from being a Minnesota sports fan
Cover her ears.
and watching them go up 2-0 and then watching them collapse for 3 straight games, you just prepared for the inevitable. But the inevitable hasn't happened yet. Yeah!
Dear God.
That makes it sound like you don't understand what the definition of inevitable is.
I don't. But I'm just saying, now we have a shot. Now we get to go back to Denver, and I think they're 4.5-point dogs, but they can win. They can win.
This series makes no sense.
It makes 0 sense.
I don't get it.
That looked like a JV team they were playing last night. They held them to 9 points in the fourth quarter. Domination. They won by 45.
They sure did, Paul. That's great, Matt.
Would you give me a hootie hoo?
Oh, awesome game.
Love it.
We're going to snuggle because I'm freezing. Can I snuggle with you like this? Is this bothering you at all?
Oh, no. You're warming me up.
Yeah, man, that's
boy.
right. I love it.
Yeah.
Your coffee smells good, too.
Yeah.
Did you watch the game at all?
I love every bit of it.
It's super fun. I enjoyed it.
How much of it did you watch, Hawk?
That's why he's, did you hear Sauce just laugh at me? Because he was waiting to ask me that question. But you know what? I didn't watch a minute of it. Do you know why? I was listening to it on the fan. I listened to the broadcast of the games. That's what a good fan broadcaster
How
does.
much of it did you listen to last night?
All of it. Part of it. Some of it. A minute or two. I listened to the end of it. I listened to Jim Pete celebrating.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great.
We won by like 40. Did you know we won by like 40? It was incredible.
It was sweet, man.
It was very good.
Now we don't know when the game on Sunday is, but who cares? Because game Sundays are the best.
Does Meat Sauce look like you thought he was going to look, sir?
Okay.
Honestly, do you think, is that what you thought he would look like when you got here?
I'm sorry, my hearing aids ain't.
Am I on the wrong side? Does Meat Sauce look like you thought he was going to look?
Actually, he does.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Big and burly.
Thank you.
Not too smart, but big and burly.
You have listened to this entire show.
Button bar.
Does he look right now to you like he works at the North Pole?
Oh, I suppose a little bit, yeah. The beard gives it away some.
Yeah.
It looks like he may have just walked out of that wood over there across the tarmac and straight onto the stage. Wouldn't you agree?
I think so, yeah.
Can you change
I
your
wanna
Twitter bio to big and burly, not too smart?
Not your Twitter bio. I believe the one of the websites Zach's is on. I think that.
Jeez.
Man, well, I'm glad you're here, sir. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you to everybody for coming out this early. I can't believe there's this many people here this early in the morning for this broadcast. Maybe they're here to see Marnie Gellner, who's on her way.
Oh,
Arnie
yeah.
Gellner, former NHL All-Star Mark Parrish, former Vikings linebacker Ben Lieber.
Ben Lieber's kind. Have you ever seen Ben Lieber? No, that's a good-looking man, Ben Lieber. He'll be here, so I'm going to snuggle with him when he gets here. He's going to keep me warm.
Yeah.
Did he go to the Pro Bowl?
I
think he had tickets
so.
one year, I think.
I don't think he did. I don't know. We can ask him. I don't think he did.
Yeah, I think he did, didn't he? Didn't he go like as an alternate one year?
I think he went 1 year.
Did he? Let's look
Yeah.
it up. Why don't we just lie and say he's like a 7-time Pro Bowler?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to care. He looks like he probably is a 7-time pro. He's going up with the Blue Aces today. Is that what they called? The Blue Marvels?
The Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds. Is he going up with the Thunderbirds today?
Blue Angels.
He's going up with the Blue Angels today.
Oh, Blue Angels. I thought
Yeah.
it was Thunderbirds.
How many people think that Ben Lieber's going to throw up today when he gets
Yeah.
in the big plane? I think he will. And that's not a shot at him. I know that I would throw up. There's a great video online if you want to see
People throwing up.
a former Viking pass out. It's super fun. Lieber went up, but I'm not sure which group he went up with. But I'm sorry, Pete Bursich went up with him, and he's flying, and this guy's obsessed with planes, especially World War II planes. So they take him up, and the pilot told him before they went out, okay, you can tell me, do you want to pass out? You know, do you want me to try to make you go to sleep? And Pete's like, I'm a tough guy. Give me how. And he's just, you can see him. They tell you to breathe out, and then he gave him 6 G's or something like that. Sleep. He is zonked. He goes out immediately. So he didn't throw up, but he went to sleep. I don't have the guts to do that. But
Neither do I.
But Lieber's doing it today, man.
I just don't understand how that's the passenger. It's like,
Right.
How do you train yourself as a pilot to not, I don't know, just pass out and then crash the plane?
Do we have?
Yeah.
Is Tom Cruise
don't
here?
get
Is
it.
there a Top Gun of any kind
Yeah.
here? Any Top Guns in the audience? You're a Top
Right.
Gun, sir? A little bit? Yeah, okay. How do you do? You breathe out a lot, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I believe Gavin Rossdale said it best when he
Yeah.
said, breathe in, breathe out.
I think he was just reading a flying manual.
Yes, a flying manual.
Emmanuel.
Flying manual.
Emmanuel.
Hey, Sauce, 9 hours ago you tweeted, horrible start.
I stand by it because it was a horrible start.
Okay, they were down 9-2.
Yeah, that's
Looked
a bad
bad
start.
Then you tweeted 9 hours ago, what else is on?
Yeah, I stand by that.
Yeah.
At that moment,
Did
I
we
stand
trail
by
at all?
9-2.
Yeah.
We
It looked,
did?
yeah,
Yeah.
And it looked like
Well, you knew
were.
that.
You knew.
Yeah.
It looked like we were going to lose by 45
Oh, yeah.
points. It looked like we were going to go to bed at halftime and just say this season's over. And here's the proof. 9 hours ago, Sauce tweeted, "Snuff films are more entertaining."
At the time, that was true.
He's not wrong, by the way. If you've seen a good one.
Oh, my God.
And then my guess is this is during the timeout when it was 9-2 Denver.
Yeah.
The last negative tweet of the night from Sauce, because it was a 20-0 run
20-0
after
run.
the 9-2
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
So then we obviously got back in it and took the lead and never looked back. But my guess is this was during the 9-2 timeout. You tweeted, honestly, sell every team in Minnesota.
I stand by that.
Still?
At 9-2, and it looked like it was going to be a 45-0 run. I stand by that. At that moment,
Well, but you don't stand by it now then. Do you want all the teams in Minnesota to be sold?
No, I don't stand by it now, but in the moment, I stand by it. I don't
That's
want
not
it
really
sold. No, I don't want it. No, I don't stand by that at this moment. No.
So you don't stand by it?
No, I don't. No.
Hey,
What about the snuff film take?
Hawk said they're great.
I said you can find a good one. Listen, I don't stand by that. I do have a question for you, though, because we got like 2 minutes before we go to break. And again, we're live in Duluth for the Duluth Air Show today. Technically, Hermantown. It's the Northland Fan hosting the Power Trip Morning Show, a full show up here with everybody on the dais, including Ben. Are you smoking cigarettes?
I'm pretending to.
I think it's because he can see his own breath. He's just pretending to make smoke.
You are a 7-year-old.
Yep, he sure
You
is.
certainly are. I love you, though.
I
That's
can't
great.
wait to grow up and smoke cigs.
Oh, smoking cigs.
Now, last night, ladies
You
and
wish you
gentlemen,
could have one so badly right now.
I wish you would stand by some fuel and light one up. Last night we were at this great celebration because, as we were just saying, WEBC has been on the air in Duluth for 100 years, the second oldest radio station in all of Minnesota, just behind CCO by, I think, 2 years, right? CCO was 2 years older. So we're at this great celebration last night with station employees and some great clients and meeting people and saying hi. It's just this is one of our favorite markets as the Power Trip Morning Show. It really is because of this. I mean, sometimes we broadcast in other locations. This is how many people are at the end show, and most of them work at the radio station. But you guys came out early to watch the show. We love you guys. It's so much fun. So the party's almost over, and they want to gather us for a picture. The party ends at 7:30. It's 7:26. Sauce is already gone. Now, here's the thing. The problem with that, by the way, is that I called Sauce immediately because he had just walked out the door. Like, I could still see you walking down the hallway, sneaking out.
That's how I
I'm
walk.
going to the bathroom.
That's how I walk.
I called him because I wanted him to come right back because we were going to take a photo. We were all going to take a photo. I saw him take his phone out and send me to voicemail. He sent me to voicemail. He was 15 steps from me.
You did.
15 steps going like this. I'm sure he's walking away going, he has no idea where I am. And I'm watching him walk down the hallway, and I'm standing there, and I call him, and I see him. Click. He sent me to voicemail. 15 steps from him. So, yes, I watched you send me to
You're not the
voicemail.
kind of person that can hide easily. You're big and burly and not too smart.
It was like
we
watching
can see
Big-
you from a mile away.
It was like watching Bigfoot send me to voicemail. It literally was. I saw the whole thing happen.
I'm sorry. At 7 o'clock, my phone is on silence because that's normally when I go to
Does
bed.
that make sense to anybody?
No, I didn't.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. I didn't click you off. It just goes right to voicemail at 7 p.m. I'm not kidding.
I saw you take it out of your pocket.
But I was probably on Twitter. And I'm sorry that I left. But we have massive breaking golf.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
World #1 golfer Scottie Scheffler has been detained by police and is in handcuffs after a misunderstanding with traffic flow led to his attempt to drive past a police officer at the golf club. The police officer attempted to attach himself to Scheffler's car, and Scheffler then stopped his vehicle at the entrance of the golf course. The police officer then began to scream at Scheffler to get out of his car. When Scheffler exited the vehicle, the officer shoved Scheffler against his car, placed him in handcuffs. He's now in the back of a squad car.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah, well, just obey the police officer.
Yeah.
You're not that important. Take a deep breath. They ain't going to start the golf tournament without you.
Man, I wish it was John Rahm just because that's Sauce's guy. I wish your guy was in the back of a squad
It
car.
sounds more like a John Daly, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah, you sure this is Scheffler?
yeah, right.
And then
And Daly hadn't been to bed yet, and he didn't know where he was.
Zacho just texted me this.
Just kiss me.
A pedestrian was fatally struck by a shuttle bus outside of the golf course.
What the hell is going on
I
and
don't
wherever
know.
they are? Where are they?
Kentucky.
That figures.
So, yeah, that's what's going on. I didn't avoid
Can you imagine if the story was that Scheffler hit and killed somebody?
Because he was driving a shuttle bus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he gets to and from places.
Yeah, well, you can't put those giant balls in a regular car. I'm
What?
just assuming.
Whoa. You mean golf balls?
Nope.
No.
What were you
Sorry,
going
I'm
to say?
squirrely,
You were going to
I'm
make
freezing.
another interesting point.
Well, I'm sorry I left.
No, I thought you were going to make another interesting point about the Scheffler situation.
No,
that
that's
was
it. So we don't have an update, but when I... Game on.
There goes a plane.
When I said to you 15 minutes ago that this was going to be delayed because of a car accident, I had no idea what involves Scotty Scheffler.
I bet they're talking about the shuttle accident.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Well, and apparently there was a Volkswagen that hit a TV tower a couple hours ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then one guy had to hit it off Bigfoot's fat foot.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
somebody saw Bigfoot in Duluth last night with a cell phone.
Oh, that's me.
Bigfoot silences his phone at 7 p.m.
I do.
I do.
You big burly dummy.
That should be the Safe Air t-shirt.
Right.
It should be.
All right, we are live from the Duluth Air Show.
Yeah,
The Air
good
Show
morning,
appears to be
everybody.
sick, man. Lieber in a little bit, Marnie in a little bit, Parrish in a little bit. Initials at 8:15 here live in Duluth. More of the Power Trip Morning Show, home of your championship winning,
How dare you.
eventually, Minnesota Timberwolves. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan. Fan.
Welcome back to Duluth, ladies and gentlemen. Lake Superior College Center for Advanced Aviation hangar at the Duluth Air Show, and it is a free show here in Duluth. And there's a lot of chairs, a lot of people out here already. There's free coffee and free breakfast. That coffee smells good, doesn't it, sir? It's
Very.
Yeah, it's gonna hit the spot, isn't it? It's gonna warm you right up, isn't it? What are you gonna put in there? What are you gonna put in your coffee? A little cream? Got a little creamer in there?
Nope.
A little bit of hot sauce? You gonna put a little hot sauce in it?
What? Have you ever had a cup of coffee?
I don't know what people drink in coffee.
Will you get me one, huh?
No. Yes, I'm gonna, it's going to be a little salty, though. Would you mind getting sauce or coffee, would you, please? What's your name?
Dina.
Dina, could I give that one to Saucy?
Yes.
Thanks, Dina.
Oh, don't spit in it. No, go ahead. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Dina, thank you very much. She just got you some coffee.
Thanks, Dina.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hogs.
No, you're very welcome. We are live today, and we will be here all morning till 9 o'clock. And Ben Lieber's on his way here, and Marnie Gellner's on her way here, and Mark Parrish is on his way here. I love the 9 o'clock at night text from Mark Parrish at every live broadcast
of
going,
course.
where are we going again?
Yeah.
And it's 9 o'clock the night before the broadcast. I love it.
And how about yesterday? Last night he texted all of us going, what hotel are we staying at?
Yeah, I love it.
Which means I love that he just left the cities and
Yep.
just said, I'm going to Duluth. I'll
Yep.
figure it out when I get there.
And there's a
That's how he
90
flies by the seat of his pants.
90% chance he was on his way to Fargo. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
correct.
And
Yeah.
he had to hang
Yep.
a Yui
Yep.
and then
No.
make his way here.
Well, and
Yep.
speaking of that, we're going to be there in 2 weeks. And I think Sauce just remembered that about 3 minutes ago.
No, I knew that.
Fargo in 2 weeks.
Fargo in 2 weeks
Yeah.
if you guys want to make a trip to Fargo. If anybody want to
That was more for Mark Parrish than this
Yeah.
crowd
That's great.
necessarily.
Yeah,
I just want to hear, I want Parrish to hear that we're supposed to be in Fargo in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of planes on their way here. Now, if you guys remember last year, I stayed a little bit and I got to watch some of the planes landing. There was a B-1 bomber that was here last year. Does anybody remember? Was that what landed? Incredible thing. I was told that it blew an engine. So it will not. That's not a joke. I didn't think a thing like that could happen, but it was supposed to be here today, and it blew an engine before. Hopefully not while in the air. But you would think they'd keep an eye on the engines on a B-1
Yeah,
bomber.
man.
I have no idea. But the amount of planes and such that they have here at the Duluth Air Show. This is if you are looking for something to do this weekend and you want to take the kids or just yourself, I couldn't encourage you more to come up here. This is a high-class operation done right here in Duluth, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I hear there's some giant news next year that I don't really know about, but I hear that there's going to be a giant announcement in a couple of weeks about the Duluth Air Show next year. So
Really
it keeps getting bigger, and they do a
is,
wonderful
right?
job. So thanks for having the power trip up here this year, especially on such a celebratory morning. Right, Sauce?
Yes, man. Great times, great oldies.
Did you see that? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, what just happened is Sauce wasn't paying
He
attention,
had
so
no
Chris
idea.
wanted him to transition, and Sauce just said,
Yeah.
Good times, great oldies.
A lot of the time, especially since it's just the three of us on the dais, since Zacho's back at the shop. Hi, Zacho. Good morning, by the way, and thank you for staying back there, dude. We appreciate it. We hope you had fun last night at your party. You can see that Corey and I will do this from time to time. We'll just kind of glance over at Sauce. Because if you're not talking to him, he will start searching Twitter.
So what Chris just did there, Paul, was try to transition into your excitement over the Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves are the best team we've ever had, man. I'm so pumped. I've never doubted them. I love this squad. I've never said anything bad about them. They dominated 115-70. That's a college basketball score. They held that team to 70 points. And I know with like 9 minutes left, they Denver meat-sauced it and just waved the white flag, but they gave up, man.
Yeah, they scored 9 points in the fourth quarter.
Up. But
9.
It was sweet. That 20-0 run sealed it right in the first quarter.
Did you guys make fun of me when I said J-Mac was going to have a big game? You kind of did, didn't you? No, this was a week ago, but I did say that, right?
Is he talking about Jordan McLaughlin?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he didn't play last night.
No, okay, well, that's not what I'm talking about.
He
Jaden
probably
McDaniels?
played in the fourth quarter. Well, Jaden McDaniels is 97% of the reason why we won last night.
Well, that's what I was talking about when I said J-Mac. You guys knew that, right?
He was unbelievable. Where has that guy been?
Who, Jaden McDaniels?
Yeah, J-Mac.
He's on the T-Wolves.
Yeah.
He was sick last night.
Oh, is he going to be okay?
I think so.
He was great. But as I said last night, they can win the finals if that version shows up every night.
Well, that's been the problem with the whole series. That's why it doesn't make any sense. Is
right.
If you said in Game 7 the Wolves would lose by 42, I'd say that's possible.
Yeah.
Could the Wolves win by 42 in Game 7?
Sure.
Yep. Could they lose by 1 or win by 1? Yep.
Yeah.
I have no idea because it depends on which team shows up. This is like the most bipolar series I can ever remember.
It's unbelievable.
So they have Joker, and the Wolves are basically Two-Face because it's hard to tell which one's going to show up.
That's good.
Murray was awful yesterday.
Awful.
And
he got hurt. And he was annoying again.
Yeah, of course. And then he spoke after the game, and when they asked him what it's like getting defended by Ant, he loudly looked in the camera and said, "Who? Give me a break, dude."
He's an owl.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that about him.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm not making fun. I'm asking you a legitimate question. It's legit. You said, as I said last night after the game.
I thought I meant as he said.
No, you
but
said
earlier, as you said last night. So did that mean on Twitter? Did that mean to yourself?
Because you were in a room by yourself, were you not?
Yeah, you said, as I said last night.
I probably said it to myself. I sat in my
How
room.
often you just speak out loud to yourself in the car or in a hotel room?
And do you know when you're on the radio and when you're not on the radio? Or were you sitting in your bed going, "Welcome back to the Fan"?
No.
Well, for God's sakes, him and PA just sent hostage videos to each other back and
What
forth.
is that about?
What is wrong with Paul Allen? He has derailed.
He has.
My wife texted me and went, "Is he okay?" Like the one where he said, "I never doubted this meal," and then he looked down to a salad bowl. That was odd.
Well, then you tweeted him back with a video that says, "I've never doubted a salad."
Yeah.
Like, what does that even mean?
I don't know. But then
You guys are losing your
Then there
minds.
was the video of him taking his cats outside. Who has housebroken cats? Anybody?
Those cats want to leave
like
so
two
badly.
people here, but still, yeah, they wanted to leave.
They want out. They do. Every time they leave, they're like, "Could somebody please unstrap me so I can get away from this maniac who keeps talking to me and doing radio shows from his bed?"
Why are they strapped down?
They're trying to figure out how to get over that fence. Man.
Yeah, he took his cats out to go potty.
Oh, I watched.
To
I
go
saw the
potty.
video. It was pure insanity.
Yes,
He took his cats out to go potty.
yes, that's what he said on the video.
I know. He's
Well,
weird.
Chris,
I know.
Chris, it's like I said last night. These two are losing their minds.
Who are you talking to?
Myself.
Yeah, no, I'm not afraid. I talk to myself all the time. I don't care.
You know, they say geniuses do that.
Who's?
They say
They also must. Non-geniuses must do it too.
non-geniuses must respond with whose? Whose is one of the... anyway, forget it.
Yeah, no, I don't understand the English language. I'm just saying.
Don't they say that, like, if you're... that's not, unlike smart people to speak to themselves, to, like, kind of talk problems out to themselves out loud. You might
not
be the
doing that.
unicorn in that theory, but still... Well done.
No,
So anyways, as you said last night, this team is going to do it.
Yeah, they
So
should-
when we're in Fargo in 2 weeks, is that going to be what? Game 1 or game 2 of the finals, or where are we going to be at that point?
No, they'll still be playing 2 weeks from today.
Right.
You can doubt me, but
that's what I meant.
Yeah, correct. Sorry. Who's? If they win this game on Sunday, they will most likely have home field advantage for the Western Conference Finals, right? Because they'll play Dallas, and they can beat Dallas. If they win on Sunday, they will go to the NBA championship. You doubted me. You doubted me. You doubted me.
Doubted you?
I've never doubted a Minnesota sports team in my life.
I doubt that.
Jump on the bandwagon.
I doubt that you know what city you're in.
I'm in Hermantown.
Oh!
Right? Hermantown?
that's right.
Rise up.
It's like you said this morning.
Put your hands down.
I've had a lot of coffee.
I can do.
Isn't that your first cup?
No, second. And this.
Wow.
What do you, my nutritionist? No, because you quit.
You should be fired.
Oh. Whoa, there's a video of Scotty Scheffler getting arrested.
Whoa.
Police officers.
Honestly, you guys saw that, right? Right? It's like the dog from Up.
Police
right?
officers told Jeff Darlington, who looks like Dylan from work.
Yeah, nobody knows who that is.
But you do.
I do, and Chris does, and Jared does.
As he approached the patrol car with Scotty Scheffler in the back, there's nothing you can do. He's going to jail.
Wow.
They're taking him to jail.
Well, if he did that to a police officer, he should go to jail.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be a D word.
No,
but
you're probably
he's
right.
a police officer. I don't care if you're Scotty Scheffler or the king of the world. As I always said in bed last night.
Does Hawk know who Scotty Scheffler is?
Sure I do.
Sure.
He's the guy who we aren't allowed to pick.
Hey, guys.
Too damn good.
Yeah.
So apparently, massive misunderstanding. The Scotty and the rest of the golfers were told that they were authorized to go onto the course, go into the course, and obviously the police officer didn't get that memo. And it was dark, it was rainy, and so he was just going up. And then he was, according to Jeff Darlington, who was literally right behind him, ESPN reporter, he said Scotty, basically stopped and was fully compliant, and this officer was not very cooperative in the whole situation. So I don't think it's as cut and dry as, he was it was not a don't you know who I am type thing. It was just a chaotic situation. So crazy.
So
this is
weird,
nuts.
Zacho.
Wow. Well, that changes everything. Thanks a lot, Sauce.
Well, no, I'm just reading exactly what Zach's texting me.
Oh.
Is this a whole bit? Is this thing not really happening?
God, that'd be great. We should do that next
Why
time.
would we do a bit about Scotty Scheffler getting arrested?
I don't know.
It would, because if we did, it would have been better to do it with Rom, because then you'd be throwing a fit if
Right.
your guy was going to jail and out of the golf bet.
That's definitely what we would have done. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in us for not
Yeah,
thinking
we should have
of
thought of
now.
that. Paul, your hands up.
Does Hockey know Rom's first name?
Yes.
CD.
I bet you 1,000 Caniacs.
Go ahead.
It's John Rahm.
Dang it. Yeah.
Dang it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Napoleon.
This is interesting, man. Things are happening.
This pretty girl over here in the front row with her glasses fogging up, she said, I've never seen a live radio show before. And now she's real disappointed.
Yeah.
It's a half hour into her first live radio show, and she's ready to go back home.
Yeah, and the problem is it's not like it's going to get super better.
It's
Right?
really
Like,
dependent upon you guys.
This
I'm not
is
gonna lie.
probably about as good as it's going to get. So if you like this, stick around.
It'll get better when Marnie and Lieber get here.
It'll get better looking.
Yeah, no doubt.
Content will probably be just as dumb.
I wonder if they made their way here last night because the game ended pretty late and they weren't going to leave till after the game, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty late.
So Marty must have been up here, 1 in the morning.
And I wonder what the weather's like in Fargo, where Parrish is right now.
Yeah. I get it.
Speaking of that, looks like we might get some rain out here. I don't know. Is it supposed to rain in lovely
it's
Duluth?
supposed to rain in about 2 minutes.
Oh, thanks, Ken Barlow. Nobody knows who that is up here, I guess. Sorry. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show.
By the way, how about that? How about last week when we had Ian Mategas in the 2023 WSOP Player of the Year, and he grew up in Faribault, and I asked Rosie, or if he knew who Mark Rosen was, and he goes, no. And then Rosie immediately goes, well, I don't know if they get Channel 4 in Faribault.
Yeah.
They probably don't. It's like, you don't think Channel 4 is broadcast across the entire state? Isn't it most of the state?
I have no idea.
Doesn't most of the state get Channel 4? I mean, I know everybody has, markets like this have their own local TV stations.
Yeah.
I get that, but Channel 4's range has got to be pretty massive.
I don't know.
Can somebody tweet me and tell me if Faribault gets Channel 4?
Rosie's been retired for a while, though. Right?
Yeah, but
retired.
Do you guys know who Rosie is?
Oh, from the Power Trip, though, right? Yeah, right.
Or from meetings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they see him on this.
Hi, I'm Mark Rosen. I'm a sex addict.
Hey, Mark.
Rosie, we keep telling you this is not Sex Addicts Anonymous. Yeah. I know. I just want
this
ladies
is a
to
Wendy's.
know. Just in case there's any other ladies in here who are sex addicts.
Have a seat, Mark Rosen. You can sit next to the guy who takes his cats out to go potty.
All right, we should break.
Oh, man.
We should
All
break
right.
and start the show all over again.
Yeah.
You guys having fun in Duluth? Everybody okay? Everybody doing good? Thank you very much. Get some coffee. Get some breakfast. Thank you, of course, to Northland's Fan, 106.5, 560 AM, Duluth Superior, and congratulations on 100 years on the air.
Man.
Being a literal clear channel to bring the news and the information to people all across America, especially, I'm going to guess, during World War II, when it was very, very important that people knew what was going on. So thank you.
Well said.
The Timberwolves just boat raced the Denver Nuggets. We'll talk about that during Front Page
Like
Sports.
I said last night.
After this on The Fan.
The Fan.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are live and on site here at the Lake Superior College Center for Advanced Aviation, right at the Duluth Airport for today's Duluth Air Show. And it's Northland's Fan, 106.5 and 560 AM, hosting us up here, celebrating 100 years on the air, and just enjoying these great people in Duluth who came out early. Free coffee, free food, and a free broadcast. So just if you're in the area, if you're not, head on up here and stop on by and watch us do radio. We'll have some good-looking people stopping by to help us with that soon. Right there, Saucy?
Yes, sir.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
let's do Front Page Sports. We got a lot to discuss.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday
Thanks,
Station
Holiday.
Stores, they're all over the place. I drove past about 1,000 of them on the way up to Duluth
Hell yeah,
yesterday. Holiday Station Stores, you can get something to drink. Fountain sodas, 79 cents, all the way up to the old XL size.
Corey?
Or those Frosters as well. Go to Holiday, limited time only. Yes, Christopher.
Pine City, on the way here.
Pine City.
Holiday Station Store. As fresh a pretzel as I've ever had in my
Man,
life.
those pretzels are good.
That's the one I stopped at.
I know, they told me.
Oh,
They said, can you tell them not to use our bathroom ever again?
yeah. Sorry, Daddy.
It's a crime scene. There were police officers everywhere.
Oh,
The CIA
why,
had
Scotty
been called
Scheffler
in.
showed up?
How dare you? No, but so thank you to the Pine City
okay.
Holiday for a delicious, fresh
Pine
pretzel.
City, those pretzels are good.
They're so good.
The Minnesota Timberwolves won 115-70.
Hootie who?
Yeah!
Hootie who?
Forcing just the second Game 7 in Wolves franchise history. The last one, they won against the Sacramento Kings and Chris Webber. That was like 20 years ago.
I think it will be exactly 20 years ago on Sunday.
That's right.
And Sunday, I think, is KG's birthday.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The
Is he playing?
45-point loss
Oh, he's not on the team, Hawk.
was the biggest loss by a defending champ in NBA history.
Wow.
And I saw the stat on SportsCenter last night. The Wolves had a run of 20-0 in the first quarter, and then 24-0 in the fourth quarter. They're the first team in 25 years to have two 20-0 runs in the same game.
That's incredible. Wow.
Yep. And again, the Wolves trailed 9-2, and it looked like this was going to be, again, the opposite. It looked like we were going to lose by 45. It looked
Yes,
like
it did.
nothing had changed from Game 5. It's like, forget this. And I was ready to throw, my computer basically out the window and go to bed. But it was the exact opposite. The Nuggets couldn't hit threes, 19.4% from three. That's 7 of 36. And the Wolves for the entire game just had 6 turnovers. 6.
Wow. That's how you dominate like that.
That's how you dominate. Jaden McDaniels was absolutely the star last night. I know Ant led the team with 27, but Jaden's 21 felt like... remember how Joker's 40 felt like 1,000 the other day? Jaden's 21 felt like 45, right? Every basket he had felt like it was a game changer and helped us pull away. His defense was unbelievable. 3 of 5 from 3, 8 of 10 overall. Jaden McDaniels was the main reason the Wolves won last night.
Well, and Finchie said after the game in his press conference that corner 3,
the wide open one?
Yeah, that Jaden hit got him going. That's what started that's what sparked the whole thing.
I thought you were talking about the one where I think it was like, I don't know, 17, 18, 19 point lead, somewhere in that range. And they left Jaden open and he just drilled it. And it was almost like, you're not coming back.
No,
that was what Denver called another
That ended
timeout.
it,
It's
yeah.
just like, you could just feel that they weren't going to make that second half run that most NBA teams do. And that's what that was what felt great about essentially the entire game outside of that first 3 minutes. I never doubted it. It was a lot like game 2.
Yeah.
That it was just, you could just feel Denver was not going to make a run.
But early on, they would just leave Jaden wide open because they just wanted him to shoot.
Yeah. Murray was awful. Joker was fine, but we held them to just 22 points. So game 7, Sunday in Denver.
We don't know the time yet because it might be the only game, right? Because the New York series might end today. You know that, right, Huck?
Is it a chance that it's 9:30 again?
I hope not. I doubt it. No, because I think it's a good chance it's the only game.
It'll be if the Knicks and the Pacers force a game 7, it'll be at 2:30, and if they do not, it'll be at 7. If they do not force a game 7, it'll be at 2:30.
Oh God, that would be great. 2:30 is perfect. That was the Lord.
2:30 is too early.
No, what?
2:30 is too early. It doesn't feel like a big deal if it starts at 2:30.
That's probably a pretty good point.
If it's like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, you got all day. You got to skip Wide World of Disney, but still, is that still odd?
Well, and you got to watch the golf, right?
Yeah, you got to watch the golf all day.
What tournament's going on this weekend?
The golf tournament.
See, you're on top of it.
Sauce, what a programming dilemma for you. Let's say your guy Rom gets back in it, or just that it's a tight PGA championship at all, and your Timberwolves are in a game 7. What do you do? 2 screens at once?
Yeah, but I mostly focus on the Wolves.
Fantastic. What a nice choice.
You really are something.
I mean, you have to. Game 7s don't happen a lot in these this area, city.
He's right.
100 years of broadcasting,
That's
and
right.
this is rock bottom.
WEBC AM.
This is the end.
Yep,
is rolling over in its grave.
Yeah. That's a person?
Sure.
Yep.
All right.
The Minnesota Twins have now gone 26 straight scoreless innings.
Wait a minute. They've held people scoreless, or they haven't scored?
Nope, they have
You
not
knew that.
I
scored.
thought they'd won like 12 in a row.
They did, and then
did.
they won, 17 of 21 or something, but now they got swept by the New York Yankees. They lost 5-0.
God,
So they scored in the first inning of the first game against New York and have not scored since.
I should start paying
They had
attention.
14 total hits in 3 games.
Yeah, so they got swept in the series. They got scored in the series 14-1.
I got to start paying attention to sports.
Yeah,
I'm going to do
not
this for a
good.
living.
You don't have
these
to.
days. I had no idea. I thought they were still killing it. I thought everybody was celebrating everything that was going on. Have they played at home yet?
Yeah, we've had a couple of home games. The Twins are at Cleveland tonight at 6:10, and they are 2.5 games behind the Cleveland Guardians of Anaheim. So,
But we're only like 2 games into the season. It's early.
No, it's May hockey.
Yeah, I know.
They started in March.
May hockey's my aunt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she hot.
the New York Rangers
It's
are
not
moving
my
on.
blood.
Oh.
They come back and beat the Carolina Hurricanes. They were down 3-1, I believe, and they came back and won 5-3, and they win the series 4-2.
Yeah, that's good for you. That's a hot team.
Carolina was the favorite on DraftKings going into the playoffs, and now the Rangers are red hot and moving on to the Final Four.
Yeah. I need the Panthers to finish off Boston tonight.
That is tonight. Florida at Boston, game 6, 6 o'clock. Haven't seen an update on Brad Marchand, but he missed the last couple of games because one of your guys cheap shot at him and punched him in the face.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that's how you want to win?
It's
I
hockey.
don't care.
It's hockey.
Florida leads 3-2.
Somebody's going to get punched in the face.
Go Florida.
Yeah, go Florida. Somebody's going to get punched in the face.
Also, Vancouver won last night 3-2 over Edmonton with a late goal. Vancouver leads that series over Connor McDavid 3-2.
Hell yeah, man. Go sports.
Okay.
He's right.
Xander Schauffele shot a 62, had a shot at a 61. It was a long birdie putt that would have been the lowest round in the history of major golf. But instead, he becomes the 4th person to shoot a 62, and one of the other 3 was him.
Yeah,
Who has him?
Robbie.
Robbie didn't even get to pick.
No, Brett picked for him.
That ain't fair.
Who the hell is Robbie Rosenhaus?
Zach got handed the first overall pick, and Zach's in good shape. I think Zach's 4 back with Rory. Xander, I watched some of it before I drove up here yesterday. I think Xander had 1 bad shot. 1. That's how good he was yesterday. Now, he'll probably come back to the pack because once the pressure starts, he folds. But we'll see. That's a hell of a round yesterday in a very tough golf course.
Where they at?
Louisville. Valhalla.
Oh, wow. That's where that's at.
Have you been there?
Valhalla?
Yeah.
What would you shoot on that course?
140. I'm not kidding.
What did you weigh in third grade?
100, way more than 140.
Wow.
Really? In third grade?
Oh, probably.
No way.
No.
I think I weighed.
Third grade?
I'm sure.
No.
Yeah.
No.
At one point in my life, I weighed 330 pounds.
All of it in your right foot.
Yep, all of it. Where?
Your right foot, man.
Hey, by the way, Hawk and I were talking about this yesterday in the stairwell of the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, man.
You
Which
were
is,
kissing?
which is a weird sentence, but
Were you
technically
guys
true.
kissing?
It was so weird when I met him because I was like, I didn't know it was you I was talking to on that website.
Yeah, you're here too. No, shout out to Siri, like doing the Google Maps or whatever on the way up here. I love when I'm driving down the road listening to a poker podcast that would probably make you two suicidal.
Ugh.
And then the old Siri comes on or whatever, the Alexa or whoever the hell she is, and she just goes, speed trap ahead.
the
And you're
greatest
like,
ever.
Yes. I'm going like 84, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, all of a sudden I'm going the speed limit, and there's a police officer.
Unreal.
I love that they give you the tip. They tip you off, right? You remember scanners and all that stuff?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This is the best. They just tell you they're speed traps.
It's the greatest.
I love it.
You'll be shocked to know this. I muted that person.
Oh, man, that's a
Because
mistake.
Bad idea.
They interrupt my tunes.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. I'm willing to have a podcast go quiet to avoid a speeding ticket.
The only speeding ticket I've ever got in my life was on my way up here one time.
Really?
Yeah.
How fast were you going?
Oh, pretty quick. About 85, I think. But it's 70.
Well, listen, I use Waze, and it's the same thing. I drove from, where was I yesterday? Hutchinson. I went down to talk to the kids at the Reach Foundation. Shout out to the kids in the Reach Foundation at Hutch in Chapter
for you,
Harlan. It was a lot of fun. Had a great day yesterday. And so I drove from Hutchinson to Duluth, and I saw about 150 cops. And Waze was every time, man. It was the greatest ever. I'd be cruising along at about 102. And it would say,
Driving along.
There's a cop in 3 meters. You better slow down. Slam on the brakes. Kill all the people in the van behind me.
Whoa.
But I didn't get tickets. So, no, it's the best, man. And if they're that frequent, and they were, you don't get the speed as much as you normally were.
No, and it does feel like everybody on 35 was also getting the heads up because we're all collectively going 84 miles an hour,
Yeah,
right? I was just going, honestly, I was going with the flow of traffic. I was just going as fast as everybody else. But all of a sudden, everybody started slowing down to 70.
Right.
Like, I wonder if they must be.
Yeah.
Man, technology's the best.
It's the best ever, man. It's
All right.
the best ever.
We'll do what really matters after this. Scores and stats around the world of sports. Marnie in a little bit. Lieber in like 10 minutes. Parrish, if he remembers that he's in Duluth. The Timberwolves won 115-70 over the Nuggets. Game 7 is Sunday. This is the Power Trip Morning Show live from Duluth and the Air Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
Once again, welcome back. We are live from Duluth. We are the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan, all across the world on iHeartRadio, and here in the Northland on 106.5 FM and 560 AM, Duluth Superior. Thank you to the Northland Fan for having us up here, and thank you to Lake Superior College Center for Advanced Aviation as we're here celebrating another Duluth Air Show. A great group of people here, having some apples, drinking some coffee, having a little bit of breakfast. There's plenty of seats available, but a lot of people here early for the Power Trip Morning Show to watch a giant edition of the Initials game coming up a little bit later. Not only with the regulars, Mark Parrish, Marnie Galarnar, the great Meat Sauce Paul Lambert, but Ben Lieber stopping on by to flash those A cheeks and try to take home a victory.
Yeah, and he said he was nervous yesterday. He said he forgot that he was playing.
Oh, yeah, he
that
did say
happens.
that.
Yeah.
Well, he drinks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really does.
When was the
That is
last time
true.
he played? The tournament?
I think the tournament.
Yeah, that's what he said. So it was the last time he played was the tournament.
And
so.
last week it was $65,000. So this week, what? 65.5? I think is the right answer.
I believe
right?
that's correct.
I'll have
Yes,
to
that's
look
what
it
I
up
was
to
thinking when you
confirm
said that
it.
yesterday.
I think it's $65,500.
Yeah, right.
If the caller guesses the right initials. The guy last week got one, right?
Yeah, man.
$250.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And by the way, I don't know if we ever got a hold of him, Zacho, but I saw on Twitter that he was looking for his money. Where's my $2? So
Yeah, we got it figured
Okay,
out.
good. Thank you.
Right on.
Hey, Zacho, you seem sad. Do you not know that the Duluth Air Show is happening this weekend?
I do know. I saw the billboards. In fact, one of my favorite radio shows is live there right now.
Oh, is that right? Which one?
Where are they at? We should go watch them.
They're very good.
Should we do what really matters?
Absolutely, we should.
Okay, so here's one cheer from the crowd. That was the
somebody
appropriate
likes
response.
it.
Yeah,
that was the
I
right
like
response. Yeah. You do?
Zach likes it on his favorite radio show.
Oh.
So good.
All right, the Timberwolves are still alive after losing 3 games to the Nuggets in a row pretty decisively. It was the exact opposite in Game 6. It was basically a repeat of Game 2 in Denver, where the Wolves throttled them and just never let go. That was last night as well. After the 9-2 deficit to start the game, and it looked like it was going to be a blowout. It was all Minnesota the rest of the way, and they beat the Denver Nuggets by 45 points. 45. Game 7 will be Sunday in Colorado.
Let's go. How do you feel about it, Core?
It's like I said a segment or so ago. I think it could be a 30-point blowout either way. I have no idea. This is the most illogical series I can remember going back and forth. Right? If you have a 3-3 series, normally it's a bunch of close games because the teams are pretty evenly matched. How about just 3 gigantic blowouts and then a couple of games that got away from the other team too? It's been super uneven. Both teams haven't shown their best in the same game yet.
The Wolves will win. The Wolves, I know, like, it's one game, and we'll talk to Perry and Lieber about it, who actually played professional sports. But you get blown out like that on national TV, like that stings. Like, I know the game is until Sunday. I know they're professionals, but they got their asses whooped. Now they got to go back and face their home crowd and all that. The Wolves will win. The Wolves have all the momentum. I'm back on the bandwagon, if you can't tell. The Wolves are going to win. Let's go! See?
It really is. You are a wonder. I mean,
you're
honestly,
more bipolar than this series.
Yesterday morning, you wanted to sell the team.
That was last night.
No,
that was during the game.
Yes.
Was it after the show last night? Sorry, I am astounded. I really am. And you're right. I don't know what's going on with basketball, but I don't know what's going on with basketball.
Here's the thing. I've been on this planet for almost 42 years. I'm old, I'm ugly, I'm burly and stupid.
You're not burly.
But we have been scarred so many times by these sports teams. They haven't played in a final since 1991. That's 30... How long ago was that? 33 years ago.
No, I know. I understand.
But, like, they were the best team for 2 games, and then they looked like absolute hell for 3 games, and we were all going, here we go again. That's how we have to react to these teams, up and down. That's how they treat us. So we have to act like that.
I think what Chris's point is that, like, if you play Monopoly and the other player lands on Connecticut Avenue and buys it, you go, this game sucks.
Right?
Yeah,
it's rigged.
Yeah,
right.
If it doesn't go my way, it's not fun, and if it's not about me, I could care less.
Well,
but this is about me because go team.
You got about all the yays you're going to get.
They're not buying
the
your
yays are
enthusiasm.
gone.
Yeah, no,
Yays.
it is weird though because like you keep making points, like you said. If we put them on the ropes and we beat their A words and now they're on national TV, and I was like, well, that's what they did to us the night before. Or what? I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, hey, go team!
Yeah, but last night they shot 30%. Denver
They what?
Shot 30%. That's the lowest in Denver playoff history. They were a bad team last night, and now they have them right where they want them. They're going to win on Sunday.
Let's go.
Or they could lose.
No, they won't lose.
They won't lose.
They have all the momentum. They know how to beat this team. They just got to do it one more time.
They have all the momentum just like they did in Game 2.
Yeah, sure.
And then got boat raced in Games 3, 4, and 5.
Backs against the wall.
The back's against the wall. This is it. It's all or nothing.
Isn't Denver's back against the wall?
Yeah, but that's different.
Their front's against the wall.
Got it. Okay.
Which you prefer.
Their front's against the wall.
But what really matters is this.
Everybody, I think, in my opinion, if you're going to talk to somebody on the radio and they've never been on the radio before, it's good to just do it. You know what I mean? Because if you give them time to think about it, they usually they get a little nervous and stuff. So what's your name?
My name is Jessica.
And you are with Lake Superior College?
Yes.
Are you a student or do you work for the college?
I work for the college. I work in admissions.
Are you guys, in fact, the Lake Superior College Ice Hawks?
We are.
What is an Ice Hawk?
Careful.
That's a great question. I'll let you know when I find out.
I love the logo, though. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting us broadcast from your beautiful aviation hangar. Do you, in fact, fly planes yourself?
I don't, and I wish I did. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you.
She's very nice.
She is. Could you go to Lake Superior College and learn how to fly a plane?
Absolutely.
Could you go to Lake Superior College and learn how to work on a plane?
You can.
If Sauce applied, it might be cool. If Sauce applied to Lake Superior College and said, I want to work on a plane, would you fly that plane?
We'd be happy to have him.
Oh,
That's the best answer ever. Let's hear. Thank you very much. Well done. See?
I've landed a plane before.
Yeah, you've landed in a bunch of them. I was sitting beside you.
Yeah, we were crying.
We were, yeah.
100%.
We were watching The Notebook.
No, we were watching a Foo Fighters.
I don't remember
documentary.
what we were watching. I was
And
drunk. I was
sobbing.
sobbing.
The lady brought us more drinks because we were crying so hard, and we'd
Well-
been on the flight for like 15 minutes.
She thought it was sweet that I brought a Yeti on the plane. She's like, "Is this your emotional support animal?"
Yeah. I have landed a plane, like on my own.
Due to weight?
No, you did not.
What? Due to weight?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No,
At
you
the-
didn't.
No, you didn't
No,
land a
you
plane.
Yes, I did at the Eden Prairie place.
No,
Were-
you didn't.
Could you have done it by yourself?
No.
Then you did not land a
But
plane.
I was holding on to the wheel,
Well, you were outside the plane?
the steering wheel.
There's not a steering wheel in a plane.
Yes, there is.
No.
Right? Lady that works at
All
that
right.
school,
Yeah,
right?
lady.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
school lady.
Hold on. We've got a true guy who knows
Oh,
things
my
about
gosh.
planes.
It's
over
right
here.
there. That's a
Hold on.
steering wheel
I
right
don't
next
believe
to
it's called
that guy.
Hello, sir. What is your name?
Hawk, I'm Tyler.
It's good to see you.
Likewise, man.
You have spent a lot of time around planes. Am I right?
That is correct.
All right. So you were just telling me your whole situation, like your service and what you've done. So do me a favor and tell everybody who didn't hear that how were you involved in the United States Air Force and what did you do?
I started off my career in the Air Force as a weapons loader in F-16s, transitioned over to A-10s, B-1s, and then B-52s. Then I got out of maintenance, went into AFSOC, Air Force Special Operations Command, went to work for the Army.
Let's hear it for this guy, huh? I mean, geez Louise.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. So can you answer like a technical question for me about planes? Do they have steering wheels?
No, they don't. In most of the case, yeah.
Great. Sauce, does that answer your question?
Would a person capable of landing a plane ever refer to it as a steering wheel?
I didn't hear. What's up?
He wants to know if a person who could land a plane would they refer to it as a steering wheel?
Absolutely not.
It's okay. It's all right.
But what's that thing?
Yeah. What's that thing?
See on the wall? That's a steering
There's a lot of things on the wall over there, buddy. What would you call the steering wheel on an airplane? What do they call that?
In most cases, it's be called a yoke.
A yoke?
Oh, yeah,
That's even
I
better.
knew that. I knew that.
That's what you ate this morning with that egg, remember?
Yeah. And remember you told me you wanted to go to prison to get yoked?
Oh, my God.
Heck. Like strong and burly?
Yeah, strong and burly.
So during What Really Matters, would you mind if I ask you random questions about airplanes and things we're seeing up here at the Duluth Air Show?
Nothing would make me happier.
I love it. Okay, go ahead. So it's your turn, Corey. Go ahead.
Let's see here. So the Twins lost 5-rip to the New York Yankees,
Rosie.
but they are at Cleveland tonight, so the 2.5 game deficit, you could just wipe it away. Just go ahead and sweep Cleveland. They're not that good, right? I don't know if we are either, but still. Twins and Cleveland tonight at 6:10. What really matters is this.
Okay, so you were telling me, because I was saying that last year they had a B-1 bomber at the Duluth Air Show, right?
Yep.
And they were going to have one this year, but apparently it blew an engine or something like that. And you came up to me and told me that's no big deal. Tell me why that's no big deal.
Let me rephrase. It's not no big deal. That is definitely a big deal. However, yeah, they can lose a little bit of engine power, or a single engine, maybe two, and be all right.
How many engines are on a B-1?
On a B-1, there's 4. So the planes that are going to be flying the big show, the F-16s, have one of those engines. B-1 has 4. They're really powerful.
Wow, that's really cool. What is this plane here to your right-hand side?
C-130.
That's a troop carrier, am I right?
Most of the time, yes. It can also carry really big guns.
Oh, no kidding. Have you ever loaded bombs onto a plane?
Yes, I have.
How cool is that?
It's one of the coolest things you can possibly do.
Is it kind of scary, though, that you might drop one?
I have.
You've dropped a bomb.
Did you survive?
Say, Sauce, what?
Did
Wants
you
to know if you
survive?
survived bomb. Let's go over here a little bit because Sauce is dropping dimes here. I want you to be able to hear him. He wants to know if you. He wants to know. I'm not going to. You ask it again. 'Cause that's too stupid a question for me to ask it.
Did you survive?
No, not at all.
How did you drop a bomb? Oh, wait a minute. Tell me about the circumstances.
I really want to know how you want me to answer that question. But no, so as you're loading bombs on any aircraft, you're using a bomb truck. It's called a jammer. Shout out to all my weapons folks out there that possibly could be listening. And on the jammer, there's a couple of rollers. If you don't get it up just right, well,
Man, brother.
Yep. I was waiting for it too. Yeah, if you don't get it on there just right, hook it in correct, and you let the bomb truck down. Here comes my daughter. Hi, Ellie. Anyways, yeah, it can just fall, and that's exactly what happened.
Obviously, it didn't go off. But I mean, is there any danger that? I mean, why didn't it go off? Again, I watch cartoons, right?
Yeah.
When they drop bombs, they fall apart. Why wouldn't it go off? I don't know.
It could, but it's incredibly unlikely. So, yeah, everything's got safety measures or unsafety measures and safety measures. A horrible series of events would have to happen for a bomb to go off on the ground.
Incredible. More after this. Go ahead, Corey.
Scotty Scheffler this morning was detained by police before the start of round 2 of the PGA Championship. Sounds like a giant misunderstanding. It sounds like the police officer did not know who Scotty was and also did not know that the golfers did have access to the course. Sauce, that pretty much sums it up.
Right, Zacho? Zacho's the one who was on top of it. I think that he was... They walked him out in handcuffs. Zacho, you have an update?
Yeah, I mean that's the latest. Is and apparently he was released. So it looks like 8:35 Eastern is when they're planning on starting round 2. But more, I'm sure, to come as the day goes on, and in terms of what exactly happened. But that's what we know right now, is that he basically took a route that many other golfers and even media were taking to get around the traffic jam caused by this accident that, unfortunately, from what we're learning now, has left a spectator dead. But the cop did not recognize Scotty, didn't know Scotty, and then Scotty didn't know it was a cop, and he kept going. Cop didn't like that he kept going, and ended up with Scotty Scheffler. And then you mentioned the video, Sauce. It's crazy to watch the number 1 golfer in the world outside the golf course in handcuffs getting put in the back of a squad car.
Well, have a more distinct face. Yeah. Be more recognizable. Like Ben Lieber, former Vikings linebacker.
Yeah. Hey, look at Ben.
There he is.
Come on up, Ben. Put the headphones on. We got, you choose, buddy. It's roulette. You take any of them you want. You're going to want to hear the... I'm right here, buddy. Hi, buddy. You're going to want to hear this next question I have for this young gentleman beside me.
But what really matters is this.
What really matters is this. Tell Ben once again, what's your name?
Ben, my name's Tyler.
Tyler is a fan of the show. Does his own podcast as well. Patterned a little bit after the morning show. What's your podcast called?
I don't know if it's the most appropriate name to say on the air. We'll say
okay.
It's reference to Minnesota cold weather and a lot of inappropriate things.
I like it so far. It sounds like it definitely was inspired by the Power Trip Morning Show. Here's a question, because you were saying earlier that you were stationed in Afghanistan 9 times?
7 times.
Wow.
7 times. Jeez. So, and man, this is really dumb, but I don't know things, right? You think I don't know sports. I really don't know things about being a hero. So when you're stationed in Afghanistan doing things for the military, are you, do you have to be special forces? Do you have to, you worked on planes. They got to have people who work on planes and stuff like that because they have planes there. What division do you have to be in? What is your classification to do that?
Well, when I was in Afghanistan, it was a little different from my maintenance days. So I worked, like I said, Air Force Special Operations Command. Totally different from being on the ramp fixing jets. So, yeah, there's hundreds of thousands of airmen, soldiers, Marines, sailors that get deployed to the desert every year, and they're not SF guys. So they're just normal, maintenance dudes. They make the engine work that drives the military, essentially. So,
but you're still in Afghanistan. And do you ever get to leave the base, or when you get there, do you stay? I know I'm sorry if that's silly, but do you get to leave because I would never leave the walls of the base.
Not if you don't really have a reason to, yeah. So maintenance guys, yeah, you're not going to see them off base.
So this might sound ridiculous, but that must be pretty damn boring other than doing your job. What else can you do?
It's a big base. And for all my military guys out there, it's an Air Force base. So, we got hooked up.
You got it. See, interesting, right, Ben?
What do you mean by hooked up?
Air Force has all the best fun and toys.
Just do tell. Act like you're on your podcast and these people aren't here and nobody's
Do you have
listening.
Xbox?
I'll try not to curse then, okay? How's that?
Yeah, don't curse, but tell us all the goods.
What was the question again, Ben?
What is the fun stuff you get to do? What is it that Air Force has on a base that would be fun? How do you get hooked up?
One of my favorites to always tell is there's a Subway everywhere we go. Subway, Burger King, giant pools. Sometimes you get a golf course.
What?
Not in the desert, but yeah.
Paul, this sounds like heaven to you.
Wow.
Golfing? Subways?
Do I have to work?
Oh, yeah, you got to fix planes.
Yeah, I have too small hands for that.
Is the size of your hands a qualification for working on planes?
No, but that's my excuse
Not a
to get out of
qualification,
things.
but it's nice, yeah.
Do you have to grip the steering wheel?
It's called a yoke, Corey.
Oh,
Good job,
the
Sauce.
yoke.
Good job.
I forgot about
Way
the
to listen.
yoke.
Thank you, Dad.
Very cool. So, but again, you're in Afghanistan. Were you in danger? Did the sirens go off all the time, or were you in a part of the area where like they were lobbing bombs over the fence?
Bagram and a lot of the other major Air Force bases are very well protected. Let's just say that. Can't always talk about what they're protected by, but they're very, very well protected. So we get mortar horns every now and again, but not often.
That's pretty cool, man. See, Ben?
Hey, what
An
about
American hero.
What about booze?
Yeah,
How
what
much
about-
booze is on the base?
I don't know if I should say, but officially none.
Officially none.
Officially,
Good answer.
none.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
That checks out.
That does, yeah. Right. Good job, man. Thank
Awesome.
you. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Round of applause for a real American
Yeah,
hero.
man. Nice job. Thank you. And your daughter's is beautiful.
Adorable.
Did you say that does she do the Everyone Have a Wonderful Day?
She does, yep. So for the podcast, I inspired a lot of it. We play the initials. We do a lot of bits from you guys. Hopefully I'm not ripping off your bit too much, Corey.
My lawyers will be contacting you.
We'll talk.
Cease
My
and
people will talk
desist.
to your people. But so Ellie, my daughter, will come on the show and she'll do the sign off. Everybody have a wonderful day. So I was inspired by Abs and you guys. So.
Adorable.
Now, this is the coolest thing. So he got back from his service, and he decided he wanted to be in radio. He met Joe Nelson. He was his neighbor, right?
Tiny Joe.
But here's the cool thing. Who was your study hall teacher in high school?
Kevin Gordon.
No kidding.
Oh, wow.
How about that? So when did you go to high school and where?
Graduated 05 from Mounds View.
And he was your study hall teacher.
That's correct. I played hockey with LaPanta's kid, so I knew Anthony growing up too.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Wow, that's pretty
Small world.
You know, that's about fitting. Gorgie, hey, why don't you just,
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't know what qualifications you have. Why don't you just go watch the kids in study hall?
And you knew the entire time that Gorg's watching study hall. He's just reading through racing programs.
Yeah, or he's trying to.
That is accurate.
Was there a gambling hall there as well?
No kidding.
Also accurate.
Yes, correct. He loves gambling.
He does.
Who
We
who
all
doesn't?
do. That's exactly right.
All right,
Thank you,
more
man.
of
Nice
what
job.
really
Appreciate it.
matters after this. We are live
Yeah.
in Duluth. Ben Lieber is here. Marnie Gellner will be here shortly. Mark Parrish here shortly. Initials at 8:15. The Timberwolves are headed to Game 7 on Sunday. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.
We're giving away a pair a day in May thanks to Chill Boys. Head over to our contest page each day in May for a chance to win a $30 gift card towards a new pair of boxers from Chill Boys. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest to enter.
All right, welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show. We are live at the Duluth Air Show. Ben Lieber is going to be going up in a plane in a little bit here. That's unbelievably intimidating. That's terrifying, Ben. But welcome aboard.
Well, thanks, man. It's so good to be here. I just can't stop looking at this this big airplane behind us. I was actually just looking at the email that I got from the Air Force about what I have to do today. I mean, I got to do like a pre-flight physical and meet with their Surgeon General guy or whatever and their doctor and then get all fitted up in the G suit. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So I cannot wait. It's a lifelong dream of mine to go up in an F-16 or any sort of fighter jet. So this is gonna be an awesome day.
Man, good for you.
That's really cool. That's I'm here to do the physical, by the way. I don't know if they told you or not. But
Tommy's on his way. He just Forrest Gump ran out of his house.
Can we do sauce? Can I use sauce with his tiny fingers?
You know
I'd
what?
rather do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a good choice on your part. Yeah, exactly.
You might want to warm up a little bit. It's freezing right now.
It feels good. I like it. It feels pretty good in here. Look at this giant crowd of people. Ben, when you got here, you didn't expect this many people to be here this early, did you?
No.
Isn't it something? Duluth comes out to support the Power Trip. Thank you all very much. We appreciate it.
Let's do more of what really matters. Yesterday, the PGA Championship before Scotty Scheffler got arrested was underway, and Xander Schauffele led the way with a 9-under 62, just the fourth 62 in major golf history. Tony Finau, Sahith Shigala, and something called Hubbard were 6 under.
Yeah, as we've said before, Xander played maybe the best round of golf I've ever seen. He had one bad shot. He made every 15-plus foot putt for birdie. He was very, 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 very good. He'll probably come back to the pack, but this thing has been delayed an hour and a half, I think, because of the tragedy that happened.
Goodness.
Scotty Scheffler has been let go. That was like a massive misunderstanding.
And that wasn't the tragedy you're referring to. You're talking about the shuttle bus. Yeah, two weird things at the PGA Championship this morning. The shuttle bus killed a pedestrian.
Yep.
And then Scotty Scheffler, with a mistaken identity problem, got arrested temporarily and has been released. But so one of them terrible.
Did they think that he was the cause of that?
No. It was he went past it sounded like he went past a spot he wasn't supposed to go past. At least the cop thought he wasn't supposed to go past.
Golfers were allowed to do that, right,
Yes.
Zacho? Isn't that the bit?
That's correct.
Yeah.
But the cop did not get the word that they were letting the golfers through or something. So Scotty's like, I can go through. I'm a golfer. And he's like, I don't know who you are, and you're basically going to get cuffed. So it was one of those bits. But yeah, the other one's bad because the shuttle bus apparently killed a pedestrian. So that's terrible. That's a buzzkill.
Yeah, that's.
I was going to bring up the fact that I'm bitter that I didn't put enough money on Thigala.
Yeah.
He's
so
but it
good.
seems a little irrelevant after what I just said. But it's another shot at the state of Minnesota. This is not hindsight just because Thigala's 3 back and 6 under. I texted Sauce on the Wednesday.
I can't believe you texted me.
I know, but it was about golf.
Oh, and gambling.
And I was already regretting not betting more on Thigala before even round 1. But I wasn't in Vegas, right? I'm in Minnesota. So if we had legalized sports betting, I could have been like, you know what, Paul, this isn't enough money on Thigala. I got to go bigger because I wanted to. But we live in a dumb state, so I couldn't. And now I'm going to be bitter if he wins at 65-1, and I didn't put enough money on him.
St. Croix Casino, Turtle Lake, man. You can gamble there.
Just legalize it, state of Minnesota. Just legalize it.
I see a lot of head nodding yes in the audience.
Who here wants legalized sports betting in the state of Minnesota? Okay, everyone. It's unanimous. Who here thinks it's problematic? No one. See, great. It was unanimous.
Yeah, wow, that was quick.
What really matters, though, is this.
Once again, we have our superstar here beside us. Tell everybody again what your name is and where you're from.
I'm Tyler. I'm from Chaska.
Now, I brought Tyler back over because I asked him a question earlier when you guys were talking sports and I was uninterested. There's a thing over here that keeps spinning. The red thing. Do you see it back there, Ben? Here we are at the Duluth Airport.
Yeah, I see that thing.
And I figured probably I knew what it was, but then I thought to myself, well, this is not 1940. That can't just be radar. So I asked you, what is that? And you told me.
It is, in fact, radar.
And why is it spinning like that?
Without getting too geeky and nerdy, and I'm not a radar guy, but the general understanding is as it spins around, it's sending out very narrow band radio waves. As soon as that bounces off, something comes back, you get the little movie style ping. Yep. So that's why it spins all the time.
It's interesting because I would think the technology would have moved on beyond that from by now. You know what I mean? But I guess that's still the best way to do it.
Yeah, for the most part.
Interesting.
Sauce, explain what he just said.
There's a spinning thing that sends pings. Like a movie.
He got most of it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and Ben is fascinated by the C-130 behind us, right, Ben?
That's correct.
Yeah. Now, that is a giant plane, and I'm looking at a lot of windows. How many people fly that thing, and how many people are in the cockpit?
Whoa.
Okay, first of all, not a giant plane, in fact. It's actually quite small when it comes to cargo planes. If you ever get the chance to see a C-17 or a C-5, that's where it gets real big. How many people fly it? To the best of my recollection, 3 in the cockpit, I think. So you got your pilot, co-pilot, and flight engineer. And then there's about 60 people in back it can fit. Yeah, more than that, but depends.
Wow.
Okay, so Hawk.
Yeah, go ahead.
So last year when I came up here to jump with the leapfrogs,
yeah,
we were in something very similar to that, and I think it might have been a little bit bigger. It's massive on the inside.
Wow.
And the little ramp in the back, that's what you jump. That's what we jumped out of.
Yep.
Yeah.
You jump? No kidding.
Yeah. So the ramp in the back like lowers down, then you just basically walk to the edge of the ramp while you're 10,000 feet, and you just go. Bing!
And were you scared to death? Honestly, were you scared to death?
Yeah, I almost asked my peas.
I don't. But you were strapped to the guy, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a normal Friday night.
Yeah, I got to be careful how I answer that.
Right.
But
Then
yes,
Tommy will be here.
He was attached to my back.
Right.
Wow.
So you were,
and we were fully clothed.
Right. At least when you jumped out of the plane, you were.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Was he covered in feces by the time you guys landed? Because he would have been if it was me. I don't know. I don't think I could have. I mean, obviously you're attached to him, so he's going.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing is like you have to go from the little jump seat, the little seats that like fold down from the side. You have to walk. I had to walk, both of us, like he was like a little turtle on my
like a
back.
tandem. Yeah. Right.
And I had to walk him to the edge. And then once we got to the edge, then I basically leaned into him and like gave him my weight, and then he threw us off.
I was going to say, was his feet touching the ground when he was on your back? Like,
no, and that's the funny part, because he talked about it. We did like a little bit of a dry run, and he's like, you just basically just kind of crab walk over there. Well, I just stood up.
Yeah.
And he's like, nobody's ever done. He's like, I've done 100 of these jumps with people, and he's like, nobody ever just stands up.
Imagine that guy's day when he showed up to work and he was expecting like some rando rube to show up, and he saw Ben Lieber. He's like, well, my day got better.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it was actually a lot more comfortable than like squatting and walking.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I just like stood up with him on my back and walked over. He's like, well, that's
Hawk has seen a film called Squatting and Walking.
I have. And it starred Ben Lieber. It did. Yeah.
How did I do?
Yeah, you did. I was impressed.
Oscar worthy?
I'll just say you can take her for the team. I'm real impressed.
Just got a text from Tommy Olson. He says, you had me at strap-on.
Yeah. He's sweating listening.
One more question for you before we let you go here. So I was talking about your love for radio and such like that, and asked you what you do for a living, and you said you have a career on YouTube. Tell me about that.
That's correct. About 8 years ago, we started our YouTube channel. We live in the firearms space. If you can believe it, I'm a firearms comedian, kind of, or satirist, I guess is a better way of saying it. It's Tundra Tactical over on YouTube, if anybody would like to check it out. And we started about 8 years ago. Just broke 120,000 subscribers yesterday.
What?
And it's been fun.
That's
120,000
awesome.
subscribers?
I have the coolest job in the world. I get to shoot machine guns and look at airplanes and get paid for it.
Man.
Wow.
That's really, really cool.
And how do you turn that into satire?
Say it again?
How do you turn that into satire?
Okay, so here's the bit. We make fun of everything and everyone in the industry. The joke is whatever you do is wrong. It just doesn't matter, and we roast you for it. So whatever you buy,
like the
whatever you buy, whatever you like, we roast you for it.
You would never be where you are without the guidance of Kevin Gorg.
Correct. Big influence.
He got you there.
Well,
man, that's really cool. That's a giant number.
We're gonna once again, so everybody gets ready. They can hear it to find out how to watch you. But we're gonna get you up to 120,005 subscribers after this show today. Tell everybody how to find you again.
Tundra Tactical on YouTube.
Thank you, man. Great to talk to you. One more time, give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, from Duluth's Air Show, the Lake Superior College Center for Advanced Aviation.
All right, last score before we take a break and come back and do news and more things. Of course, the biggest score that we all care about, the Minnesota Timberwolves won 115-70 over the Denver Nuggets. An absolute dominant performance by the Wolves outside of the first 3 minutes when they were trailing 9-2. Otherwise, McDaniels was spectacular. Ant was unbelievable. We didn't get whiny, flaily Cat. We got confident, calm Cat.
Dominant Cat.
Rudy was good. The defense was legit. Murray got hurt and also shot 4 of 18, so they locked down on Murray. They just, their ancillary pieces just couldn't hit, right? Gordon, Porter, those guys just didn't have it last night. And Christian Brown and Holiday didn't step up and score 29 points or something. What a great performance by the Timberwolves, Ben. I assume you watched a good chunk of it, or most of it, or all?
I watched the whole thing. Yeah,
and?
I got into town just in time to sit in my hotel room all by myself, order some room service, and watch the game. Everything that you said, it was awesome. I was a little disheartened the way that we just let Joker run down the court for the first 3 or 4 minutes. I'm like, oh no, this is not how it's supposed to go. But then the thing is, though, they just didn't hit shots either. I mean, we played really good defense. My concern, though, is early was they still had shots. They still had guys that were open. They were just missing their shots, which is not what they've been doing for this whole series. So that does concern me, at least for the start of Game 7, is we still got to tighten up. We still have to start a little bit faster defensively. But I don't know. I love the way Jaden, it seemed like to me, maybe this is just because I'm a defensive guy, I'm defensive-minded. It seemed like his energy on defense gave him the confidence on offense.
Looked like it.
If that makes any sense.
No, it does. It looked like it. You're right.
So hopefully we get more of that. And that version of Cat, like you said, is phenomenal. If he can hit 1-3 early on, and then just use that pump fake to drive the lane and hammer it home.
Well said.
He can just keep doing that because that's all you need to do for a 7-foot 3-point shooter. Is like just give him the threat once or twice early, and now you've got the weapon to shoot it or pump and drive.
And I know they were winning by 1 billion points the whole game, but we didn't see the whiny Wolves either, right?
No,
they
we
just
did
weren't
not.
complaining and flailing and spazzing. It was just like, hey, we're winning. We're getting most of the calls. We're playing well. Let's just finish this off and go to Denver. Marnie Gellner is here. Mark Parrish is here. We'll do the news after this. This is the Power Trip Morning Show live from Duluth and the Air Show after this on the Fan.
The Fan.